Hey, what's going on? Today is the day we're going to try to take the white whale here across the creek and get started on these bunks. We've got to measure, dig some holes, which I'm not really looking forward to. And yeah, that's it. Let's get started. We made it across the creek, only struggled a little bit. Now we're headed up the lane. We sometimes sled down this hill when it snows. This is the lane, we sing in the lane. The snow is glistening. Like and subscribe if you'd like me to stop singing. That could be arranged. All right, here we are at the back, the top of what is fondly referred to as Chigger Hill. Get this thing in place and see what we're gonna do. Okay, so this is the general area that we're gonna be setting up in. The pine trees are there. I have to cut that tree down. Yes. To make room for me to get logs through with the tractor, because I don't want to drag them. I want to be able to pick them up because I don't want to get like super dirty. We may end up dragging some anyway. Anyway, regardless, that tree's got to come down. It is actually in the easement too, so it doesn't matter. It's not like it's going to stay. That is not one that's been planted. So that's got to, anyway, it's got to come down. So this area here is relatively flat. As flat as, flattest spot around here anyway. So somewhere right here, I'll end up with a saw right here. My bunks right here. Let me survey the area. All right, here's the plan. Plan is we're gonna bring the saw here. I'm gonna have the bunks here. I want to be able to come out, just turn the loader, bring it right up, dump it right on the bunks. And I know some of you are asking, why are you using these post hole diggers instead of the auger? Because we could tell by your boring fencing videos that you definitely have an auger. Well, I'll tell you why. Because I've noticed in some of my videos that I may or may not have put on some weight. Now, it is a scientific fact that the camera adds somewhere between 40 and 60 pounds. So don't be fooled by the camera. However, that being said, I decided I need to get some more exercise. And I'm not very bright, so I'm gonna be using my PhD, my post hole diggers, instead of the augers. So we're gonna dig one hole, post hole, or a pole. We'll call them poles. Save a little time. We're gonna dig a pole here, and then we'll use that one as like a marking point. I didn't bring any flags or stakes or anything, so we'll use that one. It's not got to be. We're not building the Mona Lisa. It ain't got to be perfect. We're gonna do the best we can. So stay with me. All right, we got two holes dug. Each one took about 10 minutes in real time and 2 or 3 months off the lifespan of my life. So I had to use the improvise. I got this pencil here, and I got a screwdriver over there. We did some measurements, and through a little tristrangulation, we've determined that here and here are where we want our other holes. Those are the centers. Those are center marks. Center marks. And then, yeah. So let's get to digging. Now, as I dig these holes, it has come to my attention that you guys forgot to tell me to bring the chainsaw. So I did not bring the chainsaw. However, we're not going to play the blame game. I do, however, expect you guys to take full responsibility and have your resignation on my desk by noon. Any projects you are working on, pass them down to Gary and R&D, and good luck on your future endeavors. I can see you're not cut out to help me, because that is something we need, and to get it we got to go back across the creek. So it's not a perfect outcome. It takes time. Aliens didn't build the pyramids in a day. A lot of rollers and timbers involved. So we're not going to set the whole project back. It is the holidays. I know everybody's got Christmas and Thanksgiving on their mind, but we've got to stay focused here, people. You know, I gotta apologize for that outburst. I'm just, I shouldn't have blamed y'all. We'll chalk it up to a clerical error, and we'll just move forward. We'll just go on from there. So I've got to unload these because I don't want them on here, carry them across the creek. It bottomed out on the hitch there a couple of times, coming across some of those ditches, and they gotta come off anyway, so I'm gonna do that. So I just got back to the house, and then I realized I set 2 tape measures, a screwdriver and a pencil right here on the cow. 1 tape measure, and the screwdriver made it back. So at some point we lost a pretty nice cobalt tape measure and a pencil. A pencil I can do without. Tape measure I'd like to find. So I decided to go ahead and take the trailer back there with me on my way back. I gotta put the wheels back on. And I had to move this giant pile of slabs that were stacked up basically on top of it. And I could have waited and did it the right way, where I don't have to move them again. But doing things once in smart ways, not my style. It's not my style. So I got the wheels. And the lug nuts are in my pocket. I think I've already lost one. I think I'm down to 9. But anyway, let's see if we can get it hooked up. I've been in and out of this truck like 20 times trying to get this thing lined up, because it's so tongue heavy you can't really move it back and forth any. You have to get it like dead on, dead nuts, and I'm struggling with that. Just a quick talking about the challenges getting this thing hooked up. The back is it's on a slope here, so in order to get the back legs up I had to put blocks underneath the tires so that I could, when I let it down, get enough lift to get those up out of the way. Actually, once you lower these down and get all the weight just on the front 2 jacks, you got some play. You can move it around a little bit. That's it. I got all the pins in, stabilized. Ain't nothing left to do but head to the back. Looky there. Well, this is turning out about like I had expected it. This is like my 4th try to get across the creek, and I'm trying to make it across because I'm having some trouble backing. You see I'm slinging mud all over everything, trying to make it up this hill. I swear I thought I had it this time, but I don't. I freaking made it. I ramrodded it backwards, backed up. I couldn't go backwards either. I could get across the creek, but I wouldn't back up the hill. And then I slowed it down low gear and just punched it. I mean, I was doing about 5 miles an hour at like 5,000 RPMs up the hill. Needless to say, I'll probably be using the tractor from here on out. Yeah, there's a lot of leaves coming up that incline, and you see I was down. It's dirt, wet sand all the way up on my tailgate, and I slung a little little mud here, getting it across the creek, but I got the tarp on it. Yeah, it's just superficial. It'll be all right. All right, this is where we're at. This is what we're trying to do. Try to keep it short and sweet because I don't want this video to be like too long where you get more bored than you normally get watching my videos. So this is basically pretty close to where I'm gonna be setting the saw up. These are my holes. I got this 2x4 strung out just to kind of give me an idea of how high I'm gonna need my bunks to be. I want them to be a little bit taller than the saw, and I'm gonna have some, there are other people that got them. They're not, you can find them. It's gonna have some like 4x4s that flip down where I can get a little bit of angle on them and just kind of roll the logs onto them. So this is just kind of like a base. We'll get this bunk in and get it leveled up, and then we can level it to the other one and be good to go. All right, this post number 1, and it was too big for the hole. She said. So I tried to take the chainsaw and knock the corners off and see if it'd make it fit just around it a little bit more, and it didn't want to go down in there all the way. And I like to never got it out, so I went ahead and took the PhDs there and shaved it. And I'll have to do that to the other 3 holes. But it's basically even with the top of the bunk, and so by the time I put my horizontal rail on here, it's going to raise it up. I may end up having to cut this off because that horizontal rail is like 6 inches tall, so it's going to end up being like 3 inches taller than this, but I may not. We'll just have to get it set up here and see what it looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get these other 3 in, and then we'll get back to you. Well, there's all 4 of those. They're not square. Sharpened my saw blade myself, and I must have not got the angle right because it's pulling to the left when I try to cut. So I tried to just hit it with a file. I should probably actually get the actual Harbor Freight sharpener out and hit it. It works pretty good. I was just hitting it real quick. Anyway, that's neither there nor here. So I still got the 2 long ones that are going to go on top. After I get these packed in, this one's already tamped and packed. I get these other ones packed in. I may bring the chainsaw over here and try to even them out, level them off. You can see it's not that great. Anyway, good Lord. These things gotta weigh 150 pounds. They're on there. Let's see how good we did. Come on, you. Woo. It's pretty good. Pretty good for a poor man. You know, let me take this off this pole. Hold on. Hey, you got a level? Weighs like 2 pounds, like 2 ounces. Strap it to a board. It's not bad for a non-carpenter. And you know what? I should have let you strap to this board. Let's see what the board says. Ooh, it's not bad. Not bad at all. And from here, that's what kind of angle I got going down to the saw. So I don't think that's bad. What I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to cut these off, even these off with the saw, and then should have done that before and made it like 1 pound lighter. Pull them out, even them up, and then probably get some 4x4s. I've seen people bolt them to it, have 4x4 flip down, and let it run onto the bunk there. But anyway, oh, I've got like a piece of 3-inch flat stock, like 3-inch by 1/4-inch metal, and I'm gonna cut it into like foot-long pieces or whatever. Drill some holes in it, put some lag bolts in it right here. Lag that to that. That's pretty sturdy. It should I got the shallow end down. I could flip it over and that would raise it up about another inch. This is like 5.5, and this is like 6 3/4. So it'd raise it up another inch, 1.25 if I rolled it over one more time. But anyway, we'll worry about that later. And yeah. So that's gonna do it for this video, guys. I had sun in my eyes. Now it's in your eyes. We'll go right here in the middle. We'll get a middle spot. So I got the bunks. I'll get it finished up. I'll leave the saw here because I'm not gonna attempt to pull it back across the creek after I narrowly averted disaster on the way back here. And so hopefully in the next video, we'll be back here putting logs on this bunk, sawing. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it, guys. If you wanna like the video, subscribe to the channel for more non-stop action. We'll see you next time.